one. That was Jay-Z and Beyonce. So Brett Favre, like a lot of white guys who grew up in Mississippi, feels that basically people should just play sports and shut up, that this is the national pastime or a chance for America to forget about all the things that are going on outside and just enjoy sports. He doesn't think that politics should be involved in sports. Here's the thing that's interesting. I wonder, did he feel the same way about Rush Limbaugh being made an announcer in the game that he claims to love so much, in the game that he said he hated to see distracted? Rush Limbaugh was made an announcer in the very game, and within a month or two started making incendiary statements that got him out of there. Was he just as vocal then? What Brett Favre and a lot of people who play this game do not seem to understand, a lot of white guys don't understand, there is no distraction for black people. Because generally the only time big, black, strong dudes are safe is on the football field, when they're safe from police. But after that, it's all bets off. This is not a game for them, and the only time is and generally they pay for different reasons. Yes, I'm sure they love the game, but a lot of them play that game and many other games to deliver themselves and their families out of abject poverty. So this game to them is anything but a distraction. It is their livelihood and the ascension of their family from one situation to another. And the only way that those people can maintain a lot of the strides that they made and the sacrifices they made is that politics come into it eventually. They have children who they don't want to see slain. They have women who give childbirth who they'd like to see something done about. So for almost everybody else, all of your teammates, Brett Favre, the black ones in general, they have to play this game, even though they love it. But it was politics that decided we'd look into it, and political pressure made them do something about CTE. It wasn't just great football players and businessmen going, this is wrong that we do this. Every aspect of their lives, your teammates' lives, are impacted generally by the color of their skin, the way they're treated, the things that happen to them, the things that happen to the people in the neighborhoods they come from, the things that happen to their families. Just because they are an athlete and they have get a special dispensation, most likely that ends when they leave that field. There are no distractions for black people because they are black every day. And every day, those big, black, strong men that you work with, those big, black, strong teammates you have to worry about what happens to them after they leave the field. What worries to their families after they leave the field. So they're anything but distracted. The nation gets to get a respite. The people that entertain the nation do not. The very things that they can get away with on the field, there, if you big, you fast, and you're strong on the football field, that's an attribute. Outside, it's the reason they did what they did to George Floyd. So politics is generally the only time when people are playing sports, it's the only time that the country in general listens. The only time they listen to black people is when they're running, jumping, singing, or dancing. And virtually all the strides that have been made at the behest of entertainers and athletes. Not because they are the best informed and not because they are the most passionate, because they're the most visible. Because they're the people that the country listens to and watches. You don't see political figures on white kids' posters. You don't see them on their walls. You see athletes. And those athletes, maybe they feel like they have a responsibility to do for the people who couldn't get out, who couldn't run a 4-3. So a white dude from Mississippi wants black people to do what they always done, entertain me. Whether it's playing a banjo, running or jumping or singing or dancing, it's the same thing. But ultimately, the only time those men are heard or this country hears about those things that happen to our communities is when those men speak. And Brett Favre, you're from Mississippi. You are in Mississippi right now. When I was in Jackson, Mississippi, they were boiling water. And there's no football play that you can run to fix that. There's no out route you can run to fix that. There's no way you can run fast enough to fix that. The only time that's going to get fixed is when black athletes from that area say something about it and bring attention to it. The reason that we get our grievances heard is because men and women who run and jump and sing bring light to our plight. So I'm sorry. I hope they never just shut up and play. I hope they never just let you have any rest. Because you know what? They don't get it. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.